You said that you wanted raw emotion. You said that. You said you wanted raw emotion from me, huh? So let's get to it then. Right now, I'm about to give you all just pure emotions and just pure things that's flowing through my body right now. Let's get to this video because it just is what it is. If you guys are new, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, join this crazy train that I call Javon's story, and let's get to this video. I have no particular, I guess, thought for this video, but I think I have a direction of where this is going to be heading for this video. Let's get to it. So, people in the military are just so caught up by law that they forget that, yo, we are still people at the end of the day. We can't always do things by rules and regulations, because when you do things by rules and regulations and you try to make yourself look good to the higher ups, you end up messing your own self up because you're trying to do something to make these people happy up here. But when you think about the people down here, you kind of confuse it up, and then you just make things more complicated, and you trying to be that link. Because in the military, especially in the United States Army, you have a channel system. These are in a channel system, so there's a hierarchy. There's a level of, I'm up here, so you can't really talk to me. I'm better than you. This and that, this and that. Maybe not necessarily I'm better than you, but they have that perception like, yo, I'm better than you. That's what the mentality seems like. I'm better than you, so you can't talk to me. In order to get in contact with me, you have to go through this chain of command. You have to go through this just to get your one issue resolved. And that's one of the problems that we're having in the military. The fact that people would rather you talk to your... Now, there's nothing wrong with talking to your first line supervisors. It's like that for a reason. But the problem with the first line supervisors is sometimes in the military, and maybe just not even in the military, in your regular day-to-day life, you have your first line supervisor, you tell them what the issue is, you try to tell them the solution at the main base so it can get solved. It just have to go higher. But the problem with the main supervisors, usually what I notice is you tell them what the problem is. They think they know what's going on all the time, and then if it needs to go up higher sometimes, they never want to do it, or they feel like they can handle everything because they have the power to take care of all the situations because they're the ones in the role of being a first line supervisor. When little do they know, they're just making it worse for you. Sometimes, not all the time, but just sometimes, because they feel like they can take all the power into their hands instead of asking for a different feedback. Just because you're in the position of power doesn't mean you have all the answers. Understand this, because you don't. Understand that. I just wanted to let you guys know, yesterday, matter of fact, my first line supervisor called me. He told me I got to be somewhere at a specific time. And as you guys all know, if you've been keeping up with my story, you guys been tracking my videos and stuff like that, I'm in BSEP course. It's a course to get your scores up to change your job, because quite frankly, I don't want to be in this job anymore. This job is very, very irritating. It's not the job, it's the people in the job. So I'm in the midst of trying to reclass my job to go to a different job and hopefully try to stay in the Army. I'm trying to fight it out as much as possible, but it seems like every time I try to fight to stay in the Army, it's something that's telling me to just get out, just get out, just get out, just get out. But he told me to be somewhere at a specific time, and as of right now, it is 8:15. It's 8:15. My class starts at 09. And he told me to be there, and I'm like, yo, I have class. First of all, when you're in BSUP, you're supposed to be attached to the ed center, to the educational center, because you have to focus on your class so you can actually try to score higher, so you can actually progress your career. That's the whole purpose of the course. But the military, or some people in the military, they say, okay, no, you're in BSUP, but if you get out this time, you can still go to work. When realistically, you're supposed to still be studying, tutoring, having all the time in the world so you can actually study all of these packages. These are different units that you have to learn and things like that. So you have to study all those things. But he still told me to be there, and then I get there. It's a long line because it's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of things that's going on right now in the military. So it's a long line for where I'm supposed to be at. I get there, and then I wait for about like 15 minutes. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. It's already like 7:50. And I'm looking over the packet, and we have to do all these little briefings and all these different things that's going on. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going to make it to my class, my school. And I only have 1 week left before my class ends, which is actually this Friday it ends. And my test, if I can get in, hopefully I can get in, will be on the 1st of July. And I talked to my platoon sergeant, and I tell him, I'm not going to make it to my class. And then he's like, what? And he's like, I told your first line supervisor, don't do anything that can get in the way of your class, your school. I didn't know that. I had no idea that my platoon sergeant told my first line supervisor that information that he just told me. Because my first line supervisor just told me to be there at this specific time. Soon Karen told you to be there at this time. Tell them what happened, why you didn't make it to this and that, to this and that. You see how things can get confusing? You see how things can just get thrown off? That's the problem that I'm having. That's why there's always a clash. The visible reason why the military can be so complicated sometimes, because there's the chain is just, there's always going to be a collision. It's like a game of telephone. You call somebody on the phone, and you have like 7 people down the line, and then you trying to make sure the message stays the same. It doesn't, because it's a telephone call. People are going to always add their own little 2 cents to something, or they're going to take away 2 cents, and then they're going to just ruin the whole vibe, the whole chain of everything off. They're going to throw all of it off. That's the problem that we're having. I wish there was a way to where there was a way for us to work on our channels, our channel system, so where we can all be on the same page and act accordingly. But I think it's not really something that you can really do. It's something that it's the person who's the first line supervisor mindset, because it's not just the military. I worked at fast food places before. It's been like that too. It's like you tell them, yo, like I have this issue, and then they take it. They feel like they can take it on their own hands because they're the first line supervisor. And then when they do, they think they got it all. They mess up the whole sway of everything. So it's not really what I can do or what the military or what the first line supervisor can do, but it's more about the mentality that we have when we get into these roles. Like understanding, yes, I can take control of the situation, but then also I have to realize, like, if I need the help or if I'm not sure on the information, let me ask these questions. Let me not just do something because I think it'll make my butt look good in front of the higher ups or the people in charge of me. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to get a job done. We're trying to get it done effectively and efficiently. That's the whole point of doing this, to get it done efficiently, so that way we could get the task done at a more proficient rate. That's the whole purpose of doing all of this stuff. That's the whole purpose, not to make ourselves look good for the other people. Because when we all prosper, we all look good. We all shine. That's the whole purpose. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new, make sure you stick around. I love every last one of you guys. Until next time, Javon Story is out.